Okay, so I've shown you how to sort the beans and rinse them and soak them, but I want to give you a couple more tips. Sometimes you want to have your dried beans sooner than later, and you don't plan ahead the day before, the night. So what you can do is what I'm about to show you. I've got these beans, these Great Northern beans or white beans that I've had soaking for about 3 hours. And so I want to show you too, you don't even have to soak them that long if you're going to use this method that I'm going to show you that my mother taught me. So what I've got this morning or afternoon, it's 2 o'clock by the way, and I want to have these beans for tomorrow. They won't be ready by tonight unless you're using an Instapot, and a lot of y'all do that, and that's great. I'm still I'm riding the fence on that, trying to decide if I want or need an Instapot. But I've got this wonderful Camp Dutch oven that from Lodge that Mr. Patient got me for Christmas. It's a 12-inch, 6-quart, and it's gonna fit, the little spider legs fit over my gas stove. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on because I don't like to turn the gas on once the pot is on there. Sometimes it jumps up and licks me. So I'm just gonna dump this. This is 2 pounds because if I have extra, I'm gonna freeze it, the beans. We've got a Monopoly game going in the background, so that's fun, especially this time of year. Mr. Patient and the littles are playing. Okay, so this is gonna be adequate. I was wondering about this. Later I'm gonna be cooking this with a ham bone, leftover ham bone from Mr. Patient's country ham that he made for Christmas. But right now, I'm just showing you. I'm going to turn the heat up all the way to high, and I'm going to cover them, make sure they're covered with water. And I'm going to get a little bit more water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to go ahead and close the lid. That's tight. Seals it tight. Gonna close the lid on that and then let that, actually I'm gonna just do it kind of catty-cornered, and I'm gonna watch it. I need it to come to a boil, and I need it to boil for 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna turn the heat off. I'm gonna put the lid on tightly for 1 hour and let it sit there. Now, again, this isn't my favorite way. It's not the most ideal way, but it's a way that my mama taught me that you could get the beans done in faster time if you didn't let them soak overnight, which is ideal, by the way. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna let that boil. I didn't add anything at this point. No salt, seasonings, ham bone, nothing. No broth. It's just pure water. And our tap water is purified. We have a whole house purifier, so we're not using chlorinated water when we cook or bathe or any drink or anything else. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're just going to let that sit there and come to a boil, and I'm going to bring you back and we're going to see, just remind us what to do after that. Okay, we're going to check my beans. It's been, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, probably 15. So we're needing them to boil. Oh, okay, great. All right. Okay, so 5 minutes, and then after that I'm going to put the lid on and turn the heat off and let it set for an hour, and then I'll tell you what we do after that. Okay, it's been an hour, and I've prepared everything else I'm going to need to show you how to cook the beans. Okay, we've got our fire going, and I'm going to show you what I add to the beans at this point. They smell good already. So actually, I'm just going to turn it up high just to get it going while we're standing here working with them. So they already, you know, they're cooked some, and not good enough, but it could take several hours of cooking. Okay, so now we're going to add the things that I have. I've got a 1.5 chopped onion. And then I've got my herbs that I'm going to add. I always add 3 bay leaves, and anything that I'm adding bay leaves, I add 3. That way I know how many to fish out so that they're not eaten. So that's just my number I use. I've got oregano, thyme. Can never have too much thyme. Rosemary. This is celery flakes. Some of it is homegrown and dried, and some is from the Amish bulk food store. This is smoked salt. It's a little coarser than I meant to purchase this time around from the bulk food place, but it will dissolve. And I'm not using a lot, but the smoked salt is really a delicious flavor. And these are cayens that we grew, and I'll be crumbling these up into the beans. And then we will add, I'll put this leftover ham bone. All right, so we got our 1.5 onions chopped. All right, so I'm just crumbling these cayenne peppers. You could put them in there whole too. And then I'm just adding all these seasonings that I've already told you about. And that's enough. You really, you know, you can put just a piece of ham in there or something, or you don't have to have the whole big ham bone. But we do, and I want to use it, and that'll be good. You know, it'll make that bone broth too. I need to add some water. I want this to be well covered. I'm going to add 1 quart of water. I want this to be covered. Now, there's such a thing as adding too much water, but there's several other factors. For example, I have gas and not electric on my cooking fuel, and so that uses. You can afford to put a little more water when you're cooking with gas. Okay, so that's what it looks like, and we'll add this ham in here now. Ham bone. And I'm going to just, the lid's not going to fit on because of that bone, but that's okay. I'm going to just watch this and let this kind of come to a simmer while I clean this up. We're back to our pot of white beans. Remember, this was a 2-pound bag dried this morning, and now they're cooked. The ideal thing is to soak them all night, but we didn't have time to do that. We're wanting to eat them tomorrow, and I wanted them to, you know, set and get good and marry with all the seasonings and everything tonight. It was about 4 o'clock or so when we started really cooking them, right? And it's almost 8 now, so good 4 hours. So it's possible to go from a bag of dried beans in the morning to eating them that night if you're home to tend to this. Again, I don't recommend doing what we're talking about in a crock pot, you know, all day. You may like that, but I don't think they're as, no, I want to say mushy, but they're not as soft and good. Okay, big old pot here. Remember the seasonings we put in here? And we've got, see, we've got this meat here, hunk of meat. Show you this. Look, and look at that big old piece of meat. Mr. Patient's gonna love that in his beans. Look at that. Okay, look at that. Now I've already pulled out a spoon here to taste it. Oh, that is very good. It is, and I'm not, I mean, yeah, that's good. I was gonna say I'm not a white bean fan, but this is good. Okay, here's what I do next. This is Ohio maple syrup, and it was tapped from my great-grandfather's trees. And I'm just gonna add some maple syrup in there. Yes, I am. The salty and the sweet. Now, I didn't add it at the beginning or toward the beginning, you know, because, you know, it would have burned. Y'all, make us some cornbread. I don't know about y'all where you live. Some of you don't even live in the United States of America where we are. But especially in the South, and I think this is not just in the South, they have like fire halls, have fundraisers, or churches have events. or festivals, and you can buy yourself a bowl of white beans and some cornbread, and it's really good, especially cooked in cast iron. So there you have it. I'll sell you a bowl of white beans and cornbread, or you can just stop by and I'll give it to you for free. All right, white beans cooked in a day from the bag, from start to finish. Country, southern, good white beans with ham. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Like the video if you want to see more cooking videos. And you can follow us on Instagram at heritage.ways. We post nearly every day on Instagram and have a wonderful community over there. We're also on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest as Heritage Ways. No dot, but notice there is a dot on Instagram. All right, for Heritage Ways, this is Miss Katie saying enjoy a good pot of white beans. Happy winter. This is what's happening in the background of my white bean cooking instructional video. Did I scare you, John Boy? Oh, we've got people hiding? Okay, well, hey little Missy.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Who's winning?
Dad.
Uh-huh, Mr.
He
Patient.
took all my money.
Mr. Patient's winning. Yep. Okay, well. Y'all been playing a while.
We've been playing all morning.
Yep.
And I think we're playing again after this. We're going to play Farm Monopoly if Dad says.
If Dad says.
Well, if he plays.
Okay.
I know the three of us are playing. Yep.
Okay, well, I'm going to get back to my beans, y'all.
Okay, have
See
a
ya.
beanie day.
Have a beanie day. Well, that's kind of scary.